Thank you for taking the interview. My name is Liu. What's your name?
Elisa.
Alisa.
I'm Izzy.
Izzy.
Megan.
Megan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
So
you.
where are you from?
So we're all from the UK or England. A lot of people know it as England. Yeah.
That's so cool. So what brings you here?
So we're all exchange students from the UK in Japan, and we're at Todai.
I'm at Waseda.
Cool. One of the smartest college. Not one of the smartest, but just smartest college. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Waseda is smartest college for like private college. Yeah. Okay, so how long have you been here?
We came in September. Yeah, September.
So last September. So we've been here almost a year. So about 10 months.
Like you guys are like exchange program of like
For 1 year.
2 months? No, 2 semester.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel? You get used to living here?
So, I feel like living in Japan, at least in Tokyo, is quite easy. Even if you don't understand Japanese that well, like it's easy enough to get around the city and to do like administration things. It's like easy enough.
A lot of people speak. A lot of signs are also in English, or people speak a little bit of English. But we all study Japanese a little bit, so that's helpful.
But even when we just came here, it was still easy to navigate. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So what is best experience in Japan?
There's a lot.
Good fish, maybe, which is quite cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sushi and things like that are a lot cheaper here. I say one of my favorite things. We went to Hokkaido for the Sapporo Yuki Matsuri. So that was nice, but we also did a road trip around Hokkaido in February. So it was really nice to see the snow, because where we live in the UK, there's not a lot of snow.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see the snow.
Snowball fights.
Yeah, snowball fights and just driving the snow was really cool.
And we went to a lot of like onsens and centers.
Okay.
Which is really nice.
I think we did onsen or sento every day.
Oh really?
It was very nice.
It was good in the cold weather.
So which onsen did you go? Kusatsu or something?
Oh, so we went to a hotel in Noboribetsu.
Okay.
Onsen, but we also went to like local small onsen.
Sento.
or
Okay.
wherever we found. That we don't have onsen or sento.
I feel like onsen and sento is like typical Japanese culture, and some foreigners don't like.
Yeah.
But you guys.
We all do.
A lot of our friends are a bit. They don't want to try
Yeah.
because they feel like embarrassed or shy. But yeah,
I love it.
It's worth it.
Yeah, we go to a sento in Yoyogi Uehara quite a lot.
That's so cool. So did you eat any like famous Japanese food here? Like ramen, sushi?
Yeah, everything.
time.
I think everything.
And because it's quite cheap eating out here
Okay.
compared to the UK, so I think we do it quite a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Like in the UK, I don't really go out to eat, but here, quite often.
Yeah, it's
So-
cheap. I say in the UK I go out to a restaurant to eat maybe once a week because it's
Okay.
very expensive.
I don't
I'd
even
rather.
go that much.
Yeah.
How
But-
expensive is it? 1.5 times.
4,000 yen.
4,000 yen easily.
Really?
Yeah,
One
3
meal.
times, 4 times.
we live in London, so
Yeah.
it's like
It's very expensive.
tight.
So yeah, that's why it's quite.
Okay.
That's why we like eating it.
Yeah.
It must
Whereas
be
here,
so fun.
like ramen or sushi, especially Japanese food, is a lot cheaper.
So where is your college? In London.
We study in London.
Cool.
Do you know UCL?
Yeah, I have heard that.
Yeah, we
famous.
study at UCL. And
I study in Leeds.
Yes.
At the University of Leeds.
I see. Okay. So, what is your favorite place in Tokyo? This park?
yeah, it depends on like the
What you want?
activity. Yeah, but Yoyogi is quite close to our campus, so
Okay.
it's very nice, especially this area next to the dogs.
I also like Nakameguro.
Okay.
I like going to cafes to study, and there's a lot in Nakameguro and Shimokitazawa. It's close to
our
our
campus.
dorms. Our campus, yes.
Yeah.
Shin Okubo as well. There's a lot of good
Shinokubo is
cafes.
good, yeah.
I like
I think Shin-Okubo is just like Korean town.
Yeah, it's good for food.
That's
Yeah.
also why I like
And a little bit different vibes.
Yeah. What do you think? Is there anywhere else? I go to a lot.
Takada no Baba. There's,
Drinking area.
Yeah, we go to Takada a lot.
It's fun.
You guys go to bar a lot?
To what?
Bar?
Oh. Not that often. Last semester, I think
Yeah,
we
we
went more
went-
often.
Okay.
But now not so much. Or we'll drink if we have dinner, like going out, but not just the bar. Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about Japanese college student culture, like drinking a lot and don't go to class?
I see them in class.
Yeah. I think it's a lot cheaper here. The alcohol
Yeah.
is a lot cheaper here, so I can understand why a lot of students drink.
In UK, alcohol is super expensive.
It's not super expensive. Actually,
When
it's
you,
quite similar.
when you go to like a
somewhere to
bar
drink,
or a
yeah.
pub or the club, it's really expensive.
I
Okay.
mean, drinking at home is still cheap,
Yeah.
but we can't really go out to bars like in the UK.
It's expensive.
Just drink at home.
But
Okay.
I think we UK students and Japanese students drinking a lot. It's similar.
Okay.
Same culture.
Yeah. A lot of drinking. Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so what comes to mind if you think about Japanese culture right now?
It's a difficult question because obviously because we live here we see a
Yeah.
lot of other aspects of Japanese culture. I think I would think of traditional things like
Shrine, temple.
shrine and temples and get kimono. Or we've been to a few like festivals for shrines, so like seeing the mikoshi, like the big shrines being
Yes.
pulled around. I think I would think of that. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like in the first week or so when I came to Japan, people from our dorm were invited to take part in carrying the mikoshi for a festival.
Yes.
So that was like one of my very first impressions of Japanese culture. So always that. It's fine. My shoulder hurt. Sorry.
If I thought about more modern
Yes.
aspects of Japanese culture, I think we've all experienced this. People tend to be more fashionable here in terms of clothes than in the UK.
Yeah, the style in the UK is not very good right now. Everyone looks the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't look very nice.
Okay.
It could be nicer here.
So yeah, that's one thing I noticed. People are more fashionable like, overall.
At
Okay.
the same time, office workers will all look the same. And it depends where you go. In some places the fashion is way more interesting, and then in others every shop is the same. So I've kind of had that problem sometimes.
Okay.
It depends, but it can be really cool.
So why did you decide to go Japan and study abroad? Not Korea or Taiwan.
For me, I studied Japanese a little bit as part of my
Okay.
degree at my home uni, so I had to come to Japan because I'm meant to improve my Japanese.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was the same for me. I studied a lot of Japanese before, so it made sense to come here
Okay.
rather than like Korea because I don't know Korean. So
I like the design here, whether that's buildings or like fashion or art. So yeah, it just made sense that I come here as well.
Okay.
I think a lot of people have a positive impression of Japan. So, but it's quite fast.
Yes.
So getting the opportunity to study abroad in Japan is
Yeah.
quite cool.
yeah, like
For a
I've
lot of
never been
people.
to Japan other than
Yes.
coming here to
Yeah.
study. So
Because
yeah.
doing a study abroad as well, like you get funds from your university or government, so you can actually live here
It's like
properly
an affordable
rather than
way.
Yeah.
rather than moving to work. It would be quite difficult for an international person.
It's relatively. Is it easy and relatively?
You have like a
cheap
support
way.
system.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Actually, I also studied abroad in United States,
Oh, okay,
so
whereabouts?
yeah, I can feel you. So, okay, what was the highlight memory in this study abroad?
That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a little bit long.
I liked all the traveling I've been able
Yeah.
to do with my friends, like in Japan. Like
Yeah.
we went on a road trip not that long ago, and I also went to Hokkaido. I went to Yakushima with my
In
friends
Kyushu.
recently. So yeah, we've done a lot of stuff. We went to the volleyball national league
In Fukuoka.
recently too. So I've been able to travel like a lot.
I've definitely travelled a lot more here than in the UK. I think
Okay.
I've seen more of Japan than I've seen of England.
Not too much to see in the UK.
But also because we are exchange students, our classes are
Not
quite
very
relaxed.
Okay.
So we have the opportunity to travel a lot, which is nice.
Where's the best spot in Japan you guys have ever been?
I did really love Yakushima, but then I also love Hokkaido.
Yeah.
Kind of like complete opposites, but I like the nature in Japan. So both of
Yeah.
them were really nice.
Yeah, I've also been to Yakushima separately. And,
Okay.
Yeah, that was really nice. And I hiked the mountain, so we started off in the rainforest, and that was really cool. And then we hiked the mountain, and it was all snow.
Yes.
And very different nature, so it was a good overall experience. Yeah.
I like staying in the traditional ryokan because
Okay.
it was like surrounded by forests and there was a river going between, and the onsen were outside as well. So it's really relaxing, but at the same time I just really like Tokyo.
Yeah.
I grew up in London and then I was have family in Moscow, so I like really big cities, and Tokyo does it well.
I see.
Yeah, Tokyo felt like it had the most to offer in terms of like just everything.
Yeah.
It's the same for me. I'm from the countryside in the UK originally, so I wanted to go to like the biggest city I could go to. I love it. Yeah.
But I guess for study abroad, like biggest city is the best choice.
Yeah, because you want to try and do as many things
Yeah.
as possible, like eat as many things, see as many things, and also like traveling is much easier. Like you can go to Narita or Haneda, you can easily reach other places. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Lastly, I want to like ask about your countries and where's the best spot like, you can recommend in UK?
Well, London.
Yeah.
Yeah, London is fun. There's lots
Not
of
Yeah.
the north, I would say.
Excuse me.
Well, not Leeds.
Not Leeds.
yeah, I really like London.
There's also a lot of parks.
Yeah.
London is
very
a really green city, which I realized other big cities aren't that much. Like, yeah, and like Tokyo, well, we're in Yoyogi
It
Park,
depends
but
because Tokyo
there's
has
a lot of big
parks.
spread of parks where you can
Yeah.
sit down.
Yeah.
Same in like the Netherlands, they don't have it so much in Russia either. It's like London that has parks
Everywhere.
in the center, in like the outskirts. There's always somewhere you can just come and sit.
There's a lot.
So
And
it's
one
good
thing
if you live there.
I noticed, I think Tokyo has quite a few parks. But
Yeah.
In the streets, I feel there are not many trees.
Yeah,
There'll be
London has a
bushes
lot.
and things like that, but London has a lot of trees on the pavements because they're a bit bigger than the ones in Tokyo. So overall, it feels very green because there's trees everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're apart in a
When
park
Yeah.
or
it's not
not.
cloudy, it looks nice.
Yeah.
For me, I think there's a lot of nature in the UK. People don't really think about the countryside in the UK. It's very
Yeah.
Everyone who's
There's a
there
lot
recommends it.
of good hikes.
Yes.
Yeah, and not just mountain hikes. There's a lot of accessible like beach or like seaside like coast hikes. Something like Seven Sisters. Yeah, Seven Sisters is very nice. Where you're walking on the cliff, but on the other side is just the ocean, and that's really nice. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Scotland as well. A lot of
Yeah.
people like the hikes there.
So, yeah, the nature is also really nice.
I got it. So could you give any advice to someone want to go to your country in the future to enjoy as much as possible?
Keep your belongings safe.
Okay.
Because you'll get robbed.
Yeah, that's the one
I
thing
couldn't
about.
leave my phone here. It would be stolen.
Okay.
Yeah, in comparison to Tokyo, London, and other big cities in the UK are not safe. Not that safe in terms of belongings. I think recently there's been a lot of cases where people are like typing on their phone in the street and
Yes.
get snatched.
Like someone will drive by on a bike and just take it out.
Really?
Yeah, I've had it happen to me.
Going on for quite a while.
It's
since
gotten
I've been
worse
in
recently.
school.
But yeah, I've had it like my phone taken.
Okay.
But they threw it back.
But they threw it back to me because it was not an Apple phone. But yeah. Other advice? I feel like that's very specific though.
Go out of London. I think
Yeah,
London is
yeah.
a really good base. And you
Yes.
spend a lot of time there, I think. But also explore outside of London. There's a lot of really nice places. Like, even close to London, like Brighton.
I love
It's
Brighton,
really
yeah.
pretty on the coast.
It's I lived in Brighton for 5 years, and it's a town by the sea, and it's like the one side is just the beach
Yeah.
and the ocean, and then the town is not. It's technically a city, but it's not very big, so it's in between a town and a city, and there's lots of nice cafes and nice places to eat, but it's very walkable. You can walk. You don't really need to get the bus or anything. You can just walk. And yeah, I think going outside of London, and there's lots of little market towns and smaller areas that are really nice and have more charm than a big city.
It's very like English. Like,
Yeah.
if you think of,
Okay.
like, an English town, you can access it quite easily.
Yeah.
So as long as it's too big, and then otherwise you start getting the ugly. little
Oh
bits.
yeah,
Yeah, so it has to be small enough so it still keeps this like
Charm.
quaint,
yeah,
charm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's all. Thank you for taking time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.